Well, hello again, Trekkers. Welcome back to the new series of the old games. The last one was a bit long, granted. I kind of lost my way. I got immersed into the game, and so it continued on longer than I had intended. I was going to put it up in two halves, but then I said, nah. A friend of mine said, no, I liked them that long. So I said, up it goes. So, we left off in the last one where we were hot on the trail of a mental vampire. At least it seems that way. We've got a whole lot of dead animals that we've just found out were mistagged. We've got a lot of funny business going on and a lot of players involved. So, without further ado, let's get back into it and have a bit of fun with the crew of the USS Enterprise. This is part 4 of Star Trek The Next Generation, A Final Unity. Engage. So, where was I? You know what we forgot to do? You're not going to believe this. Data, we need you. Come on. You're not going to believe it. But it really did happen. Remember I thought there was 4 caves in that place? Well, looking at the video the other night, or today actually, well no, it would have been yesterday, but I had a whole nightmare of a problem with exporting the last video, the one that would have just went up, part 3. A lot of codec problems. There was a 4K video in there that I had on loop that, oh my word, it was like 50 years to render the whole thing, and then it's just, hey, there's a new head. Right, hold on a minute. No, no, let's out of here. I want to finish this properly. Or is it up here? Oh, it's up here. Yeah, the video was a 4K video, which would have taken 6 hours. And so I stopped it about 3 or 4 times trying to figure out a way around it. And then I came up with the ingenious idea to take the loop clip. It's those decorations that I put on the side. The wreath and the lights. Instead of just using that, what I did was I put an in at the start, and I now hit all the other channels, exported that as an MP4, imported it back, made a sequence, and then just put it all in. Rendered in no time, got it up, but it was late up yesterday, so sorry about that. This one will be going straight up. I got a stopwatch here to make sure that I don't go over. Now, why am I here? I don't think I need to do this now, given that I've just seen someone down there, but I want to be thorough. I don't want Starfleet getting onto me.
This is a topographical map of the biotope. The main habitats are the 4 tunnels within that petrified tree.
We'll try B, because we forgot Tunnel 4. Can you believe that? So we're going to get Tunnel 4. It's all the way up here. We're going to get Tunnel 4. We're going to bring it back to the lab. We're going to run that test on it. Then we're going to go back up to the Big Ape. We're going to see if there's anything changed there. And then when I'm absolutely certain that we've done everything correctly, then I'll head back down to the quarantine shelter and talk to that other Big Ape there, who seems like he's a little... first it looks like a bloke. Don't ask me how I know. He seems a little more approachable and amiable. So we're going to talk to him. First of all, where's B? B? Oh, behave. Grab the power. Don't forget that. Data. Okay, everybody. Let's DD now back to the lab. We're going to do the final test. We're making headway. Head roads. I haven't drank wine yet. I've got myself a big giant mug today in a store just down the road from me. And it says, "Not today" on it. And I said, hey, that's my catchphrase. If someone's annoying me, not today. Or if I just don't want to do it, I say, not today. Like women would have, I have a headache. Oh, laughing at my own jokes, it's great. But it's a big bucket. I wish I could show you. But... So I have ginger tea in there. Big bucket of ginger tea with a drop of lemon in it. Not from concentrate. The real stuff. Back to the lab, everybody. No one wants to hear about my tea. So I might switch over to finish off that bottle of red wine. Then that'll be it. That'll be it, I'm afraid. Data! Down to the sonic analyzer, sonic scope. Captain Picard, you and the wharf man hang out there. Counselor, I want you down next to the comms, just in case we have to talk to any misinterests. Okay, Mr. Data, run that sample, please. No! Oh. It's alright, Counselor. You're cool too.
Genetic signature differs from its identification tag.
More evidence of shenanigans afoot. I want data. Yes, Lieutenant Commander Data this time, Counselor. I want you to go and talk to Tracker Melas.
Channel to Tracker Melas.
Channels open.
Hello, Nosy.
Thank you for your time.
I wish you well on your search.
That was a waste. Right, do it again, Data. This time, grower and ongo. Is it not open?
Open a channel to Grower and Ongo.
Channels to Grower and Ongo are closed
Indefinitely. Yes. Nothing. So, I think we've done everything. Consultant idiot.
I wish to ask you some questions.
Look, I'm in the middle of some very delicate research. Can't you find someone else to bother?
This guy just smells corrupt. Tracker Melas, we tried Tiller
Open a
Meveid.
channel to Tiller Meveid.
Channels to Tiller Meveid
Closed
are
indefinitely.
closed indefinitely.
Okay, that's still the same. Right, then we have officially finished all of our tasks, I do believe. Let's head up to the big ape and see if she has anything to say for herself. And then refuse Federation membership. It's the Data. Worf, you mind the board. Counselor, backup Data. Captain Picard, I want you to stay where you are. Actually, hide behind Worf. Okay, right. Data. Talk to the beast.
Has there been any contact with Dr. Hun Forch?
No, I'm afraid not.
Well, that's... I think we've made it. Okay, right. So... we head... Let's just see what the captain thinks.
The Watchers work very closely with the creatures here. Perhaps Zudan can shed some light on the Doctor's suspicions of smuggling.
Zudan must be that big ape in the quarantine. Let's go. Let's go to the quarantine. And boom, 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 boom. Quarantine shelter. Yeah, this... I'm trying to fiddle with the mic here a little bit. Sorry, folks. There we go. Yeah, hopefully that's the best. I want it sounding good for you legends out there. Especially, hey, we had a big jump of subs last night. There's now 95 of us legends. So again, most Cade Meal of Fortune welcomes to you. Thank you for subscribing, and I hope this content gives you a bit of comfort, levity, whatever. Right, Worf, get in it. Oh! I'm sorry, guys. I'm normally professional. Worf, I don't like you up front. Only because I know you get your ass kicked. So you bring up the rear. Captain, stay handy if I need you. Okay. Data. I'm going down. Let's all go down. Come on, everybody. Forget the plan. Forget the plan. You too, Data. We're going down to this ape down here. I'm not 100% sure if it'll zoom in. I don't think it does. It's just if we can't get down there, why not? Why not give it a... I'd hate to be calling up. We probably have to come back because we're obviously going to need these control panels here. I think that monkey might be playing with himself there a little bit. Worf, as usual. Bring up the rear. Counselor, I want you flanking the big monkey. Data, I want you confront the big monkey. And Captain Picard, stand over with Worf, because they generally don't seem to be cooperative with you. Mr. Data, please talk to Watcher Sudan.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Data of the Starship Enterprise. I'm investigating the absence of Dr. Hoon Forch.
I'm responsible for preserve animals, not Federation scientists.
I understand the doctor spoke to you of her concerns regarding smuggling in the preserve.
Yes, she came here soon after the outages, ranting away. Imagine, accusing me, when I'm the one who told her about that Bohr mistagging.
What creature was in this area? Let's cut to the chase.
What creature was in this area?
A 2-meter-long, 180-kilogram Sultus reptile, which came in on the last shipment. I found the watchers next to its cage the night of the outages. It's still missing.
My readings show traces of a tranquilizing agent in its waste.
Aramet always doses his animals
never told me
with
that, Data.
tranquilizers, just like Idia. We had to feed the reptile intravenously for days. It finally woke up right before the accident, just in time to escape.
These readings share the same ionic residue as samples found near other creatures drained of electrical energy. And this cage is also next to the drain generator. Perhaps the Sultus reptile is a mistagged animal that consumes electrical energy.
But there were no reports of it being seen near any of the power outages, and that reptile isn't easy to miss. Unless it's found a way to turn itself invisible, you're going to need another theory.
We have encountered several species capable of phasing out of the time continuum and, in effect, becoming invisible. We have also encountered species who consumed human neural energy. The Sultus reptile may be a life form with similar characteristics.
Well, if you believe so, I suppose it's possible.
Thank you for your time. As if. Yeah.
I have examined the neuroscans of the injured watchers. The electrical energy within their neural pathways has decreased significantly. How could that have happened?
I don't know. During my evening rounds, I found them unconscious next to the Sultus reptile cage. I carried them outside the shelter and was going for help when the generators exploded.
When did you last see Dr. Hoon Forch?
When did you last see Dr. Hoon Forch?
I haven't seen her for some time. I've been busy recovering animals which escaped during the power outages. It's not easy work. The last time I saw her, I sent her to talk to Aramat.
Honestly, you're on a jungle planet. There's no shortage of places to bury her. Oh, were you the one who found the carcass?
Were you the one who found the carcass?
Yes. It died just before the outages, and I wanted her to test it.
Would you not ask? Yeah.
Why did you not ask Consultant Idiot to test the carcass?
I don't trust him. Always drugging and borrowing animals for his experiments. In the interests of science, he says. I don't know how he could have approved that mistagging in the first place.
He's corrupt.
Do the Watcher's stunners set off the preserved surveillance system?
The system only detects signs of distress. Normal sleep does not raise an alarm. Likewise, stunners and neurotranquilizers also don't alert the system. Unlike Idia and Aramat, we prefer stunners. Chemical sedation can be harmful.
Consultant Idia mentioned that only Watchers can change the ID tags.
That's true, but the suppliers tag the animals first. We just match them up with the constable's shipping orders. Idia is responsible for verifying them.
Is it true that the Watcher's requests for restricted species were rejected?
Only 4 species out of 112. Of course, we were upset at first, but once the preserve is completed, we can always try again.
Thank you for your time.
Watch your step now.
Idia persuaded the constable to use Aramat, and Idia is also capable of verifying mistagged species. And he had the neurotranquilizers to knock out Dr. Hun Forch if she posed a threat to him.
If Idia is so obsessed with his experiments, he could easily have arranged with Aramat to supply him with test subjects.
100%. Plus, I don't like him. He's weaselly. I don't trust weaselly people. So, I think now would be a good time to head back to the lab, try and talk to Consultant Idiot, and see if we are able to coax the truth out of him. Something tells me, though, he's done a runner. He knows we're onto him. He knows the crew are onto him, and we're onto him first, because we don't like him. Come on, lads. Can't you run? But, yeah, I hope everyone's having a good build-up to the Christmas. I love this time of year. Yeah. I like to fill it up with this stuff. Yeah, we'll go up to... No, we'll go to the lab first. We go to the lab. We'll see if we can get in touch with Consultant Idiot. And then we will go from there. I spent hours today trying to sort out the video. It went up a little late. Well, a lot late, but it went up. That's the important thing. Captain, please stand aside. Commander Data. Here. Counselor Troy. Here. Mr. Worf, I want you to stand there. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I want to see what you say about this, Worf.
These preservists have suffered a neural energy drain similar to the creature we examined earlier.
He's most to the point. He actually explains things.
It is a sensor array. It displays holographic X-ray images.
Well done, Worf. You know your stuff. Okay, right. Consultant Idiot.
Open a channel to Consultant Idia.
Channels open.
I wish to ask you some questions.
Look, I'm in the middle of some very delicate research. Can't you find someone else to bother?
I'll be coming and kicking your door down with a phaser. Okay. What do we do now? Captain! I want to hear what you think.
I believe we now have sufficient evidence to explain the doctor's disappearance.
Talking to himself.
We should present it to Constable Lixie.
Yes, my sentiments exactly, but I want to hear from the Picard.
I think it's time to speak to Constable Lixie. I have a feeling she'll be able to answer a lot of our questions.
Okay, we're on the trail now. Let's go. Let's go get our man. Data. Troy. Back him up. Picard. Want you coming in here just in case there's boasting rights. Mr. Worf. Did I ever ask you what you think of
It is an impressive animal.
Alright, I want you coming in over here and standing beside your captain. Okay? Right, so. Go for it, Data. The kill shot.
Constable, we have reason to believe that Consultant Idia smuggled rare species into the preserve through his friend Aramut.
Are you trying to pick up where Dr. Hunforsh left off? She accused nearly everyone else of the same thing.
Consultant Idia persuaded you to hire Aramut, and he knowingly verified mistagged animals. He also uses neurotranquilizers, which could have stunned Dr. Hunforsh without triggering your surveillance systems.
Idia's been nothing but trouble since he got here. This time he's gone too far. I'll send for him so we can settle this once and for all.
Please wait here until Constable Lixie returns.
No unusual readings. The computer is a BAT 40.
Data, you asshole, every time!
Constable, we asked Consultant Idia to go to your office. He went to get some items, then suddenly beamed out. He seems to be gone.
He must have called Aramut for help. The Ferengi has a subspace transporter. See if you can find Dr. Hunforsh.
There's a woman here asleep with a gag over her mouth. Maybe she knows.
That's her, you idiot. Wake her and send her here. And have a look around Idia's office while you're there. He might have left some evidence.
Cool, cool, cool. Hey!
Have you captured Idia?
No. Unfortunately, he escaped with Aramut. This Federation team was sent to find you. Perhaps they can help.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Data of the Enterprise. We will apprehend Idia and Aramut.
Forget them. We have to recapture the Mistag Sultus. It's already killed dozens of animals and destroyed several containment field generators.
The creature must be captured. Constable, can we use the force field at the quarantine shelter?
The shelter force field will not help us. The creature escaped once, and it will escape again.
Perhaps we can rephase the force field energy frequencies. The creature may not be able to adapt quickly enough to the changes.
That might work. But the only place we can rephase the force field power is at the main power grid.
I will go to the main power grid and perform the necessary modifications.
Good.
Good man,
The power
Data.
grid is on the other side of the preserve. Take one of the shuttles.
I hate to interrupt, but just how are we supposed to lure this creature back to the shelter?
The harmonic collector is capable of emitting high-energy EM fields. We may be able to use it at the shelter. Since the creature requires energy, we can attempt to channel all available energy into the shelter generators. The creature should be attracted. We're going with the harmonic collector. Boom.
The harmonic collector is capable of emitting high-energy EM fields. We may be able to use it at the shelter.
Yes, that should do it. V, I'll send one of the watchers with you to the shelter to help set it up. If we can get the field power rephased, we might get that thing under control. I'll stay and monitor the situation from here.
Bye, V. You're welcome. Okay. Guess we're heading to the shelter. Look, any parting words from the ape? No, won't even talk to us now. Okay, to the shelter, everyone. Or if you stay and get to know her. Oh, he just ran. Okay, let's continue on. Quarantine shelter. Look at Worf sprinting. Doesn't like to lose, does he? Counselor, Worf is in your way. I'm gonna have Worf move to the back. Hold your Captain Worf. There you go. Now you block anything that's coming up this way, Worf. You hear me? Okay. Data.
This panel controls access to the quarantine area.
Yes.
The gates open automatically in the event of a power failure.
Okay.
This is the harmonic collector control. The collector has been set to emit a brief high-energy pulse.
Well, use it.
I do not believe that will work. This panel controls the containment field. The field is centered on the harmonic collector.
Can't use that either, so what do we use this one first?
I do not believe that will work.
Okay. Data, ask your captain.
We have to get to the power grid. Perhaps there's a ship in the shuttle bay.
Oh, okay. Oh, now I know where that is. Let's go. Everybody, round to the shuttle bay. Let's go. We have our generator. Yes, we do. We'll need to put that back, I suppose. I wasn't paying attention, obviously. It must be the lack of wine. I think maybe that's what it is. This ginger tea doesn't quite get me going. I may head over and pour myself a glass. I've got a stopwatch going here, so I'll know exactly how long I have left. Right, data. There's. Pop that in there. Walk to shuttle dock. Walk to shuttle. Yeah, I reckon that's the only thing that's gonna happen here. Cool, we get to take a shuttle ride. Nice. Aha! Okay. Data. Wish we had Geordie with us. Front and center, please. You are my science officer. Mr. Worf. Why are you here? Captain, here. And Counselor there. Data. Want you to look around.
This is the utilities distribution
Worf.
network. We can control the electricity from here.
Okay, what's this?
We did not come here for sightseeing.
Awesome.
The utilities trunk directs the field energy to waveguide conduit networks.
Okay, data. Tell me what you see.
This is the utilities distribution network. It controls the allocation of resources in the preserve, including electricity. I do not believe that will work.
Okay, then what about this? Boom.
The energy fields are responding. Frequency phasing complete.
Constable, has the harmonic collector been arranged?
Yes, but Dr. Forch needs your help with the quarantine shelter. The only watchers I could find are needed to oversee the other biotopes.
We will be there.
Just one more thing. Zudan tells me those generators won't hold up for long, and we can't afford to send much power to the shelter right now. Many biotopes are already on reserve power only.
We will review the situation at the shelter when we arrive. Where will you be?
I'll be controlling electrical systems from my office. Then I have to call an emergency meeting of the Merassian Constabulary to explain just what's going on.
Ooh, someone's in trouble. Right, hold that thought, hold that thought. I'm gonna go get a bottle of wine, okay? A glass of wine. Hang on, I'm still here. I should cut all this out, but I don't. Because it kind of adds to the ambience. Yeah, and stupid Xbox. Not Xbox, Microsoft. Microsoft insist on putting in these tones all the time. Because I just disconnected my earphones. I have them on charge on the computer. So they're wireless Xbox headphones. Great sound. Long battery life. There, you hear that again? Okay, right. Let me just pour here. Sorry, I'm not an alcoholic. This is just Christmas. I have them there, and I'm actually back in training in January, so I'm still training now, and I'm on restrictions. You know, so it's maintenance and damage restriction is what I'm trying to get going here till I get to January, and then once the Christmas is past, it's back to Spartan living again. We only live once, boys, so don't forget. Alright, make it count. Now, do we have to do anything here? Captain?
Dr. Forch should have her trap set at the quarantine shelter by
So that
now.
was it, I just had to do that? Okay, yeah, be load up on the shuttle. So I don't have to do any of this, no? Obviously not. So how do I walk back? Where in the feck am I going? And to all of you out there, to the new subs as well, and the original subs, to all your health, and to a Merry Christmas to every one of you. God bless. Red wine, baby. Right, where, oh, that's the, why were we over there? We end up over there and the exit is here. Ah, there she is. We must have done something right, but there was no shuttle trip back. Disappointing. Okay, Data. Discuss with the good doctor.
Have you devised a means to trap
Worf,
the
you're
creature?
blocking the way
It's
again.
all set up, but I need you to operate those consoles while I keep an eye on the creature from here.
What do you wish me to do?
The harmonic collector's hooked into console 2. Once activated, it'll emit high-energy pulses to lure the creature in.
She's got a nice voice. Sultry. Worf, get your big head out of the way, will you? Thank you. Counselor, Captain, you can stay where you're at. This Worf's head just blocks out the sun. Okay, Mr. Data, activate the harmonic collectors. Awesome. Let's do it. That's very... Doesn't matter. Yep. Is that it? Is it working? Something's happening. Oh, there's our thingy. Yeah, go, Data. Yes! 'Have at it, vampire. Yes.
We did it. Now what took you so long to find me?
The investigation was actually quite short in duration. Apparently your absence was not keenly felt. Constable Lixie had attributed your absence to a field trip.
She was probably still upset that I accused her of smuggling. I suppose I should apologize to her, now that I know Idia was behind the whole thing.
How did Consultant Idia learn that you suspected him? Did you accuse him of smuggling as well?
I didn't confront him. I was just looking for information. But after I asked him about the Sultis, he must have panicked and decided to drug me. I should have suspected when he invited me to dinner. He hates to hear people talk while he eats.
It appears the Watchers knew nothing of Idia's scheme to smuggle rare animals into the preserve through Aramut.
They were the ones who brought the Mistag boar to my attention in the first place. They weren't smuggling anything.
Apparently, Consultant Idia underestimated this reptile's appetite for electrical energy.
That egotist, thinking he could get away with it. Some of these animals are even from Romulan space. Did he think I wouldn't notice?
Are you certain the animals are Romulan in origin?
It would take more tests to be certain, but they definitely came from Romulan space. It's not surprising. Aramut does a lot of trading along the neutral zone.
What will happen to this reptile?
I'm sure Constable Lixie will want to send it back, unless I can convince her to keep it here. A creature like that doesn't come by every day.
I believe the captain will want to pursue Idia and Aramut. Will this incident significantly delay completion of the preserve?
It'll be a little behind schedule, but I have a few suggestions to help them speed things up.
Then it is time we return to the Enterprise. Good luck, Doctor. Beam us up.
Oh. Van Helsings have left the house.
Captain's log supplemental. Our successful attempt to locate Dr. Forch has uncovered another mystery. Apparently, the creature responsible for the chaos on Marassia may have come from Romulan space. We are currently searching for the Ferengi trader Aramut. Despite somewhat questionable trading practices, he has never violated Federation law. Until now.
Captain, Tabak asks to speak with you.
Captain, I heard about what happened on Marassia. That creature you discovered, it sounds exactly like a Verenak, a Garidian creature. Except the Verenak was exterminated long ago.
How could a Ferengi trader get hold of an extinct animal?
I have a theory. The followers brought many animals with them when they fled Gerid. It may be that this creature came from the followers' colony.
So if we learn where he got the animal, we may learn where the fifth scroll is.
I think this is a promising lead to pursue.
Captain, we've found Aramut. Our Ferengi trader should be at Jaward 3.
Set a course for the Jaward system.
Let's go get him, boys. Now, I know it doesn't look like you can actually set your own course, but you can. And later in the game, you start having to figure stuff out and go places and stuff, so enjoy it while it's there, alright? And we can't go to Warp 9, I can just go back. How far do... Yeah, okay. Right, we go to Op Station, which is Data's...
Primary core access enabled.
Oh,
Systems
no, it's
online.
It's not. Back to the bridge. Destinations, right? There's Starbases, that's where we have to go. Load up. Gives you the sectors there, look. Missions, there's a lot of stuff here. Destinations, DC stations, but you go to Astro Navigation, and this is where you choose it. So you punch in your sector information here. You set the course, so Warp 9. Engage, disengage. Or you go to Impulse, so you can go from planet to planet within a system. There you go. You're welcome. So I can increase that warp now. We're gonna go back.
Entering Federation space.
As I said, this game from 1995 is more full than games today. They're aiming games today at the lowest common denominator. They are so afraid to let you figure things out yourself because they think you're stupid.
Plans, we should have arrived at Joward 3.
Mr. Data,
Alright, boys, let's go again.
There is no ship in this vicinity. However, sensors are picking up subspace induction vortices headed for the Nygold system.
Set a course for the Nygold system. Engage.
We're hot on the trail now. Yeah, they think you're stupid, right? So they don't think you can figure anything out, so they have to hold your hand all the time. I don't like that. That bores the crap out of me. Everything's on rails, you know? Whereas back here, now, dude, I have a whole heap of games that I never completed because I never got to the end, you know? Modern day games you just complete
Captain,
in a day.
we are approaching Aramit's ship.
Shields up, Mr. Worf. Lock phasers. Mr. Worf, repair tractor beam. Helm, take us into range. Held him, Mr. Worf. Should I scan him? Repair tractor beam. Scan the ship. I want to know if Idiot is on board.
Scan the ship. I want to know if Idiot is on board.
His hull is lined with a neutronium alloy. Our sensors are unable to penetrate.
Ain't gonna go easy. Per tractor beam. Helm, take us into range. Hail them.
Hail them, Mr. Worf.
They are not responding.
They are attempting to flee. At
Should have just
maximum
locked the
speed, they will
tractor
be out
beam.
of range in 12 seconds.
Let's see what he does. No, yeah, let him go. Let's
Let
see
him
what
go.
he does.
Let's see what he does.
Captain, the Ferengi has entered the neutral zone.
Mr. Worf, open a channel.
Aye, Captain.
This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Enterprise. You are in violation of Federation law. If you do not surrender immediately, we will be forced to take action.
Well then, I surrender, Captain.
Oh,
all you have to do is come and get me.
Aramat, your friend Idia has been charged with kidnapping. If he is on your ship, I'll have to add harboring a fugitive to your list of crimes.
And what if I am guilty, human? Are you willing to risk war with the Romulans in order to apprehend me?
Perhaps the Romulans would be interested to learn that several of the species you transported came from their space. I think I'll send them a report. You do know what Romulans do to smugglers, don't you?
What lies are you spreading, human? I didn't take any Romulan species. They were from Frigis.
Well, if we're mistaken, I'm sure you can explain everything to the Romulans when they find you.
I am sure we can negotiate a deal, Captain Picard.
The only thing I'm willing to negotiate is your surrender, as well as Idia's.
You can take Idia, but I can tell you much in exchange for my freedom. Perhaps you'd be interested in some unusual movements of the Romulan fleet.
Mr. Data, transmit the coordinates of the brig so that Aramat can beam Idia to his new quarters. All right, Aramat, you've got a deal.
Done then. It is a fair exchange. You may have Idia and my shipping records immediately.
Consultant
now,
Idia
for
in
the
brig.
information you have purchased, I hear reports from the other side of the neutral zone, not that I have ever been there, of course, about a massive refit of the Romulan fleet.
What kind of refit?
They've upgraded the warp coils and added secondary power cores to many warbirds. The weapons systems suffer, of course. It may even impair cloaking ability, but they could easily outlast any Federation vessel at maximum warp.
It sounds as if the Romulans are in a
they've gone
race,
to.
one they want to win very badly.
Who can say what the Empire does or does not want? But a merchant always watches the spending habits of potential customers. For example, there has been a sharp rise in the price of ancient Takan and Chodak relics in sectors near the neutral zone.
Interesting information, if it's true.
I would never cheat you, Captain. Now, this has been very entertaining, but I do have other customers.
The Ferengi is moving away. Warp 5.
Let him go. We have what we came for.
Exactly.
Captain, the report on Aramut's shipment is in the computer. Apparently the animals which Dr. Forch thought were from Romulan space actually came from Shoniosho Epsilon 6, uncharted territory.
I'll be sure to look at that report soon, number one.
There's more, Captain. We can check on those animals in the Federation morphology database. These creatures are definitely related to species from Garrett. Shonoishu Epsilon 6, or Phrygus, as Aramut calls it, might just be our lost Garidian colony.
Be sure to alert our guests. Lay in a course for Shonoisho Epsilon 6, Warp 5.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
We're getting into it now, everyone. Things are starting to heat up. And we're on the course to conflict, I believe. But we have Consultant Idiot in our brig. And you know what? I wish they had have put the brig as a go-to place on this ship, and I could have gone down and laughed at him. But
Warning. Entering nebula.
we don't do that. We don't do that in the Federation. Oh, 26. Oh. Isn't this pleasant? You know,
Entering Federation space.
this sound, the ambience, every Star Trek fan, especially a Next Generation fan, because I like the original series too. That sound, so relaxing. They have ASMR videos up on YouTube, 10 hours long of this, and the engineering code.
Helm, standard orbit.
Captain's log supplemental. The Enterprise has arrived at the Shonoisho Epsilon system, where according to Aramut's data, we expected to find the world where the followers settled. However, our sensors show no Class M planets in the system at all.
Amazing. Give us a look out the view screen there. Alright. We're there. Okay. Let's see who we can contact here. Shonoisho Epsilon 6. Mr. Worf, open a hailing frequency, please, to Shonoisho Epsilon 6.
There is no response from the planet, Captain.
Number one, what do you think?
Aramut is a Ferengi. Maybe he altered his navigational logs to throw us off the track.
That is a possibility. There is physical evidence, however, that Aramut did visit this system.
What sort of evidence, Mr. Data?
The hull of Aramut's ship had recently been irradiated by chromaton particles. Shonoisho Epsilon is the only star in this sector that emits chromaton particles.
Excellent. Holmes. Then what do you suggest?
Data, is it possible there's something we missed?
I can attempt to enhance the scan matrix. That may increase our sensor resolution.
Make it so.
Make it do, Data. What do we do? Do we wait? Counselor, let's talk while we're here.
I don't think Aramut was lying to us about this location, Captain. I do sense life out there, but it's hard to be more specific at this distance.
If the followers are out there, how do you propose we locate them?
These are people who fled from persecution on Garrett. They might be hiding deliberately. It may be better to let them locate us by sending out a general message of friendship. Perhaps one of our passengers could think of something that would encourage the followers to respond.
Tabak. Let's ask Worf first. I don't want to leave him
Mr.
out.
Worf, your analysis.
Captain, we should check our orders from
I opened it up for you there, Worf. Come on. Tabak.
We've arrived at Aramut's coordinates, but if the followers are here, they're hiding. Do you suppose they'd respond to a message of friendship?
Perhaps they would pay attention to someone who quoted the lawgiver. Captain, if you patch me through your comm system, I could send out an appropriate message.
Intriguing.
Make it so.
Aye, Captain.
And when the lawgiver left Garrett, he said of the ruling council, they have taken my words and engraved them backwards.
Thank you, Tabak. Nice work.
There is no response, sir.
Well,
Son of a
try.
Fiddlesticks. Mr. Worf, per full spread of photon torp.
We are being hailed.
Who is this that knows the lawgiver's lament?
I am Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
I shall need more information before I can trust you. Tell me more about yourself.
We represent the United Federation of Planets. We are on a mission of peace.
Is that why your ship is bristling with weapons?
We use our weapons purely for defense.
I see. And would the Federation be willing to defend us?
Starfleet protects all of Federation space, which includes this system. If you wish, your world could even apply for Federation membership.
I don't think the Romulans or Garidians would like that. They both have made claims on this world.
That is unfortunate, but immaterial. Your planet is in Federation space. If you ask for our assistance, we will give it.
That is a noble attitude.
I'll speak with you again later. See you later. We have several Garidian... Yeah, let's do
We
that.
have several Garidian refugees aboard. They are seeking to bring the wisdom of the lawgiver's fifth scroll back to Garid.
Garid had its chance, and it cast the lawgiver and our ancestors aside. It is too late to mend their relations with us now.
These are reformers, hoping to use the lawgiver's words to improve Garidian society.
That is a cause the lawgiver would have approved. You've given me much to think about, Captain. Allow me a few moments to consider it.
I understand. We will remain in orbit and await your response.
We'll have 10 seconds. Mr. Worf, lasers and photon torpedoes on standby. We'll handle this like a couple of Klingons, you and I. We have that in common, my friend.
Sir, we are being hailed. On screen.
I have decided to trust you. I am Lorac, Chancellor of the planet, Phrygia. How did you know we were here?
A Ferengi trader claimed he picked up some Garidian animals here.
Aramut. We started dealing with him to purchase some outside technology, and we gave him some animals in return.
Never trust a Ferengi.
Fortunately, we never told him much about ourselves.
How do you manage to conceal your entire planet?
The technology is similar to the Romulan cloaking device. It fools sensors into misreading what they see. We had to protect ourselves in case Garid's forces came after us.
May I send some of my crew down to learn more about you?
Since our deception is discovered, I suppose there is no harm in letting a small number of off-worlders visit. But there must be no Garidians in the party. They have not yet earned our trust.
I agree to your terms, Chancellor. I shall send my first officer, Commander Riker, as my personal representative.
Good, Captain. It is always gratifying to deal with a man of reason. I will transmit the landing coordinates to your computer.
Thank you. Number one, this is an extremely important first contact situation. I want you to lead the away team. See if you can locate the fifth scroll for our Garidian passengers.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Worf, you're gonna have to do without your Chad Teach this time around. So, right, we're coming up to 55 minutins. I want to bring it to an end in the next couple of minutes. So what we'll do is we'll head to the transporter room where we will pick our away team, beam to the planet's surface, and see what happens. Maybe keep it to the hour, you know. Mr. Data, Counselor, and Geordi. Let's head to the transporter room. Geordi, you'll have to meet us there.
Beam
Okay,
down
quick,
coordinates
Mr. Worf.
selected.
Phasers, photon torpedoes, let them have it. I'm just joking. I'm not gonna do that. There's the two red shirts we have as well, by the way. Karlstrom and Butler. He looks like an angry man. But obviously,
Commander
Mr. Riker,
Please report
number
to the
one.
transporter room.
You're leading the team, big boy. Get yourself up there. Excellent. Forch! Definitely want you down there.
Forch, please report to the transporter room.
Counselor Troy, we're gonna need you. Because I'm gonna have to ask you questions about what the opposition are thinking.
Counselor Troy, please report to the transporter room.
And last, but most definitely not least, you all know I'm a data foil. Lieutenant Commander Data.
Please report to the transporter room.
Me and the data fellow, we have a bromance. Sorry, LaForge, you're gonna have to step aside. Okay, med kit. Yeah, bring a med kit. Med tricorder. Cause why not? You know, data, I'm pretty sure you can just download shit like the Matrix, so... Mr. O'Brien, energize.
May the lawgiver's spirit smile on you. I am Chancellor Lorac. Welcome to Phrygius.
Take care of business, Riker.
Thank you for letting us beam down. I'm Commander William Riker of the Starship Enterprise.
Except for Aramut, we have not had outworld visitors since the lawgiver brought us here. I have thousands of questions to ask, but I will do it at another time. How can I help you, Commander Riker?
We'll grab a couple of beers later, my friend. We'll talk after business is done. First, we're gonna have to Sam Beckett and put right what once went wrong. We're looking for information about the fifth scroll your lawgiver brought on. What are these pyramids? Pertinent information first, Commander.
We're looking for information about the fifth scroll your lawgiver brought here with him.
Why are you aliens interested in our scroll?
It may be the only way to prevent a civil war back on Garrett. Can you help us?
I am afraid not. I am only in charge of the civil government. That is a religious matter, so you must ask the leaders of the sects for help.
It's only been 1,000 years since the lawgiver left Garrett. Yeah,
It's only been 1,000 years since the lawgiver left Garrett. Has your religion had such serious splits in so short a time?
Sadly, yes. Even before the lawgiver's death, his disciples began to disagree over the way his writings should be interpreted. They each made a copy of the fifth scroll that emphasized their own particular biases over all the others.
That must have been confusing.
It was worse than that. The lawgiver became disgusted with them and hid his original manuscript, vowing that no one would find it until the sects learned to cooperate.
From the way you're talking, I guess they never have.
An accurate appraisal. The lawgiver said he left the keys to the scroll's location with each of the sects. But so far, after centuries of feuding, all the sects have done is formalize their competition into the declaratory.
The declaratory?
Yes. A series of philosophical contests the sects hold every decade. The winner has the right to collect some prize from the loser.
Sounds like fun, actually. It reminds me of the Always Sunny in Philadelphia. What do they call that? Where they have the dolls. I forget the name of it. And they have that crazy competition.
What are these pyramids?
The pyramids are relics of an ancient race called the Chodak. They were here long before we arrived from Garrett. Each sect adapted a pyramid to serve as a transporter to their temple.
We've heard of the Chodak, but it's rare to find evidence of their presence in this section of the galaxy.
Oh yes, the Chodak Empire was vast indeed. Like the lawgiver before me, I have made extensive studies of their culture. I am actually considered something of an expert in the translation of Chodak runes.
Well, you've been very helpful. Thank you.
I must return to my other duties now, but I will monitor your progress as my schedule permits. May the spirit of the lawgiver guide your steps.
That was, is he stealing from Christ there? I think he was. The reason for the season. Hey, with that revelation right there, it's the perfect end point. We are literally on the 60 minutes right now. So, I'm going to end it here. We will pick it up again in part 5, where we will investigate this planet and have a great time, and everything's great. So without further ado, thank you everybody. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, for watching this video, for liking this video, for commenting on this video, and I will see you again in part 5. Shlán Lat, Gurev Mahagut, agus Pog Mahone. Mm-hmm.